Welcome back, everybody. Well, we promised you really easy recipes. This one, I think, is going to be a new family favorite. We're cooking with Susannah Austin. She is the American Honey Queen. Good morning. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Thank you for having me.
You betcha. Welcome to Wisconsin. So, Susannah, it's her job to travel all over the country to share different facts and recipes with wonderful honey.
Yeah, we have some great honey in here today. We're going to be cooking with Wisconsin-produced honey. It is Henry's honey, and it's a clover basswood mix. It's really fantastic, very nice light honey. But we've also got a few other varieties to show people and kind of talk about that a little bit, because there's so many types out there, and we can use them in a lot of different ways.
And they taste so different. I've started to put honey in my coffee because it's a great way to sweeten it, and then it adds some really nice flavor. I love honey. I love it on biscuits, toast, but you might not have thought of putting it in some of the savory recipes, so we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But show us and tell us about the different kinds of honey that you brought along.
Well, we have a couple different types, and what's amazing about honey is because it's produced off the nectar of flowers, you can get thousands of different varieties. In the United States, we produce about 300 different varieties, and just in Wisconsin, there's about 30 different distinct varieties. So we have the basswood, which is the lightest honey here. It's absolutely beautiful, very nice, sweet, very floral, but it's got kind of a subtle flavor. So it's great in tea or coffee, something you don't want it to be overpowering.
Okay.
We've also got cranberry, which is, distinctly Wisconsin there.
Sure.
And so we're gonna maybe use that one in a later recipe because cranberry.
Does it have a hint of the flavor?
It does a little bit. It's a very distinct flavor. Now, sometimes people get a little confused because it's not gonna taste quite as strong, as actual cranberries, but it does have a little bit of that flavor in there.
Interesting.
Which gives it a nice twist.
Cool.
We've also got an orange blossom honey, which was produced when they brought the bees down to Florida for the winter. So that is fantastic. Got a very nice citrus flavor to it. I love using that on glazes and meat glazes, where it gives it that little bit of the citrus.
And darker color, like you said,
Yes.
that's going to be more flavorful. And last but not least, that's really dark.
This is buckwheat honey. So this very, very strong, robust, bold flavor. But it's fantastic if you want to make something like barbecue sauce, where you really want a nice flavor.
Yeah.
That works very nicely. And a lot of people prefer the bolder flavor. So it's nice that you can kind of pick and choose with your honey what you like. We also have some creamed honey here, which is something not a lot of people get a chance to try. But with
what do you do with that?
Well, it's crystallized honey, so it's about the consistency of peanut butter. And it's amazing because this is a jar of honey. It's just honey, but you can flip it upside down. It's not liquid, and it's great for spreading on toast, on bread. If you like honey but you don't like it running off your toast, this is a great option for you. And it's a nice light honey that they crystallized here, so it's really nice flavor.
Do you have to keep it? You just keep it right in the cupboard, like you would?
Absolutely, just right in the cupboard. And if it gets a little bit warm outside, you'll go ahead and pop it in the fridge just so it doesn't go back to being liquid. But it's a really nice option if for a little bit less messy.
Yeah, my daughter loves toast in the morning, and that would be
with a little bit of cinnamon in the morning too. I think it just tastes like Christmas there.
Ooh, nice. Okay, let's talk about this recipe because I'm kind of excited about it. I have never met a sloppy Joe that I didn't love. I'm all about sloppy Joe. It's not just a kid thing. And this recipe actually has honey in it. So we started out, Susannah, with this is some lean ground beef, correct?
Right, and then we've got about a cup of onion in there, so we just brown it with a little bit of olive oil to give it a nice flavor.
Okay.
And pour it off any extra fat there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Very easy to do, just takes a couple minutes. And then we've got some spices that we're going to go ahead and add in. We've got 2 tablespoons of chili powder.
Okay.
And then about a teaspoon of cinnamon.
Okay. Ooh, so the cinnamon and the honey is going to make this a little bit different, I think.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, but it gives it a really nice flavor. It's kind of surprising how much flavor those add to it. So that makes it, very flavorful in there. And right now, it's starting to get cold outside. We're not having as many of those fresh fruits and vegetables, so this is a nice way to bring it back in.
True.
And then we've got some diced tomatoes. We've got 2 whole diced tomatoes, and we kept the juice there too to add some liquid.
Okay.
We have 2 diced chilies. They're going to go ahead and go in. So this is a very nice, colorful recipe.
Okay, so like a jalapeno pepper can you use, or?
You could substitute it. Just watch out for,
Sure.
if you're adding a little extra spice, make sure you know what you're getting into.
Otherwise, just green pepper, just diced up?
Yeah, you can add, this is green chilies, but you
Green
could add
chili,
bell
okay.
pepper if you wanted it to be a little bit milder in flavor. But they give it really nice color.
It does.
It looks
It's gorgeous.
beautiful. We've got some beef broth here.
Okay.
Add a little more liquid in. And then we have some balsamic vinegar.
So again, sweeten it up, give some great flavor.
Yeah. And then a little bit of ketchup.
Okay.
And then last but certainly not least, we're going to go ahead and add in some of this honey. So this is a nice light honey. If you wanted to give it a little bit stronger flavor, you could always use one of the darker varieties. But when we're cooking with honey, we're adding in 2 tablespoons. Quick little trick would be to just make sure we spray it with a little bit of cooking spray so that the honey doesn't stick to it.
Okay.
And that always makes it just a little bit faster cleanup, which is always a good thing.
Yes, I'm all about that.
So we're just going to add in the honey, and that's going to be really our last ingredient. So it's very quick and easy to prepare, but when we let it simmer on the stove, the flavors really blend together nicely, and that is, you know, a really great recipe. So if you're, you know, looking at football season right now,
We are, yes.
absolutely something to, you know, add in there. Really easy to make a big batch, so you can prepare it for a large group of people.
I agree. Double, triple the recipe, stick it in your slow cooker. So here it is after it's cooked down, and you can see it just, oh man, that looks so good. So the tomatoes kind of disappear in there, and they really cook down, and boy, it smells delicious. So we've got some right over here with
Yeah, so we got a bun here, and just
the potato chips. We are good to go.
so if anybody's got any tailgating parties coming up, this is a real nice, easy one. Easy to make for a big group, and you can, you know, get whatever other sides you'd like for that. And
I love that. That looks fantastic. And like I say, I think we all love sloppy joes, but it's fun to change it up. So this is a fun recipe to try. We'll put the recipe for these honey sloppy joes on the website. Susannah, what are we making next time? Speaking of a side dish that would be perfect to go with these sloppy
well, we're
joes.
going to be doing some sweet potato chips. So if you want, you know, something new, something fresh you maybe haven't tried before, the sweet potatoes are a great option. Very popular right now. Everybody's looking for, you know, a little fewer carbs and everything. And it's got a very unique flavor.
Wonderful. So we're going to use that wonderful Wisconsin honey and make some great sweet potato chips or French fries that you can bake right in your oven. So don't go anywhere. Susannah and I are coming up next, and we've got lots more to come. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back.